about the most haunted places in Australia. So let's begin. First up, the Manly Quarantine Station, located in Manly, New South Wales. The quarantine station was opened in 1833 to 1984 and was used to house deceased immigrants coming to Australia. An estimated 572 people died at the quarantine station. Reports of cold spots, strange lights, unexplained smells of potatoes and lemon, and sightings of workers and patients. So that's the Manly Quarantine Station. Here's some photos. Okay, next one. The Monte Cristo Homestead, located in Junee, New South Wales. Built in 1885 by Christopher William Crawley, this house has seen many tragic incidents, including a baby who was dropped down the stairs, a pregnant maid who was dropped from the balcony, and a stable boy who was burnt alive while he was sleeping. When the people, aka daredevils, spent the night here, they have seen the wife of William Crawley, Elizabeth Crawley. Yes, next one. The Bogard Road Jail. Located in Dutton Park, Queensland, first opened in July of 1883, this jail housed many of Queensland's worst criminals and had an execution chamber. There's a story that 15 people saw a ghost standing a few meters away from them. This ghost caused a young boy to vomit uncontrollably. More than 40 people were executed in here. This is why this is one of the most haunted places in Queensland, and the only haunted place in Queensland on this list. Next up, Beechworth Lunatic Asylum. Located in Beechworth, Victoria, a mental asylum built in 1867. This place saw more than 3,000 patients die. There are reports of children's laughter, sightings of a Jewish woman who was thrown from a window by another patient, and a story of a tree that a decomposing body was against him, and a ghost who was seen next to the tree. And there's some photos. Next up, Port Arthur. And I'm actually going to Port Arthur. And this is also a bit of a warning that there are some triggering topics in here, and also a lot about death. So if you're YouTube or someone who doesn't like that stuff, please click away now. And if you YouTube, you can't demonetize this because I'm giving you that warning. Port Arthur was used to house the worst criminals from England and Ireland. More than 1,000 convicts died there. And also sort of the offensive part. And this was the location of the worst mass shooting in Australia's history. 35 people died in the massacre. This is not going out to any of the families of the people. This is just telling the most haunted places in Australia. Anyway, on to a lighter topic. Number 6. The National Sound and Film Archive, or NSFA. And that doesn't mean anything besides that. Located in Canberra in the Australian Capital Territory, built in 1831, this place was originally known as the Australian Institute of Human Anatomy, where people and animals were dissected for scientific research. The downstairs corridor is said to be a hotspot for paranormal activity because it housed human skulls. A story goes that the employee was doing his job when an unseen force picked him up and pinned him against a wall. Then in 1984, it was transformed into the place to know today. And it's still haunted, okay? Next up, the Old Melbourne Jail. This jail housed and executed some of Australia's most infamous criminals. The most famous? Well, it's none other than the legendary bushranger Ned Kelly. Reports of cold spots, disembodied voices, and electronic devices being tampered with. Next one. The Fremantle Arts Centre. Built in 1868, the Arts Centre used to be a lunatic asylum run by convict leader. Many suicides and deaths happened there. Reports of cold spots, sounds of crying, laughter, and yelling. People have been kissed on the cheek by unseen forces. Objects have been moved and doors have opened and closed on their own. Pretty creepy, right? Next up, Princess Theatre. Located in Melbourne, Victoria. Built in 1886 by a man named Frederick Federici. He was doing a play where he was lowered by a trapdoor. But when he was lowered, he suffered a heart attack and died. But many people saw him, thanking the audience for coming. Many famous actors have had run-ins with Federici. Next one. Devil's Pool. Located in Bubinda, Queensland, this might look beautiful, but it has a dark past. Aboriginal folklore says that a woman drowned herself here after being separated from her love. Since 1959, the pool has claimed the lives of at least 17 people, and most of them were men. Strange. The two new ones I added. Next one, Arrowdale Mental Asylum. Built in 1865, this asylum for 13,000 people died there, and maybe because of suicide or maybe because of the inhumane treatments there. One of the most famous ghosts is the spirit of Nurse Kelly. She's been seen walking up and down the aisles. One of the most haunted spots in the asylum is on the men's third floor. And the last one, the old Geelong Jail. Located in Geelong, Victoria, built in 1864, this place had many different uses, including a jail for convicts and prisoners, industrial school for girls, street kids, hospital jail, army detention barracks during World War II, hospital jail again, and a training prison. Many people died at the jail. So many people wanted to leave the jail, so some resorted to hurting themselves. And that's all the most haunted places in Australia. So, thank you for watching.